Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I am fine, ma'am. What about you, ma'am?
I'm also good. Thank you for asking. I hope you had a good day.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Right. So, my name is Ritika Dogra, as you can see on the screen. And we're meeting for the first time. So, I would like to know a little about you, please.
Yeah, good afternoon, ma'am. First of all, thank you for this wonderful opportunity. My name is Monu Kumar.
Hmm.
I hail from Nalanda, Bihar. I am pursuing my Bachelor of Technology in Computer Science Engineering at Arya Institute of Engineering, Technology and Management.
Hmm. Okay.
I developed a strong proficiency in Java development,
Hmm.
HTML, CSS, and DSA,
Okay.
with a keen focus on DSA. Uh, yes, if I talk about my technical skill, so
Hmm.
my technical skill include HTML, CSS, uh, Spring Boot, Java. I use all this technology to create various projects, man. Some of my projects are bank management system,
Hmm.
uh, uh, journal app. If I talk about my interpersonal skill, I have uh, some interpersonal skills are problem solving.
Hmm.
Uh, yes, it's all about
Okay.
my introduction.
Okay. So, I'm happy with one thing that you have a very structured introduction for you. So in the beginning, you were sounding really confident with the whole idea of it, but towards like from the middle somewhere, we started to lose on the confidence part because maybe we have not practiced with that content too often, right?
Yes, yes,
So
yes,
structure wise, it was good. It's just that whenever you're introducing yourself, so it's very important that you are confident, right? Because you were talking about interpersonal skills, you were talking about technical skills. So when you're talking about your skills, you have to have that confidence so that the other person has that confidence in you that yes, he is so potential candidate, right? So we say something like that for, especially if I talk about like in later year whenever you would be doing a job. So this
yes,
is what the recruiters are looking for
yes,
in a candidate. Okay,
yes,
so it was good. Okay, the kind of introduction that you gave, the language was good, but please work upon improving the confidence in that too. Okay, so with
okay, ma'am.
practice, that can be improved. So thank you so much for sharing that introduction with me, and thank you so much for telling a detailed introduction about
Can
yourself.
can you introduce for me?
So yeah, my name is Ritika Dogra, as you can see on the screen. So I am a native to
Yes,
Himachal, but I was born and raised in Delhi. Yeah, so I am a science graduate, later switched fields to English, and have been teaching for more than 3 years now. Okay, right. So
okay,
usually, most of the time, I am engaged in taking classes and preparing students for exam preparations like IELTS, LPIP, or brushing up the communication skills or business communication skills for the professional individuals. Right. So that's what that is all about me and about my free time. So I'm a person who loves to listen to music, or in the free time, I do engage in watching some movies, but that is very rare, not very often. Right.
okay, ma'am. Yes.
Okay.
So
So
I'm here for improving my fluency as well as my confidence. Uh,
absolutely.
yes.
Hmm.
And if I talk about my when I talk in telephonic
Conversation.
conversation, yes. So then I feel confidence. But
Okay.
if I talk in front of any
Hmm.
another, so I feel little bit nervous.
I understand.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So
So
hesitation is there when you're meeting someone new. Hmm.
yes, because ma'am, uh, I am not an open person in such a way that not I not directly talk with any another guy or any other person.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
that's the reason I am not so
Okay.
confident.
Believe you me, I'm an introverted person too. I'm not extroverted at all.
Okay.
Okay. But this is something which I used to also face. So nervousness is going to be part of it, but there's no other way but to engage and socialize more.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
so you're already there in the environment of college. So please try to talk to different people, or don't hesitate. Like, uh, the reason why this the kind of nature, like, so there's nothing wrong in being an introvert, right? But this kind of nature somewhere limits us to talk to people, other people especially, right? So um, get rid of this idea that the other person is going to judge you, right? Especially if you are feeling like the kind of crowd that I am surrounded with. So if you talk about college, so you sort of see those people every day, right?
Yes.
If you really want to get out of this idea, maybe try to engage with people in metro, right? Just simple, ask for direction, start with this.
Okay.
Okay. Even if you know the direction to some place, just to get this hesitation out of the system, you can start by engaging. So that's a stranger. We are not going to meet that person again. Even if he or she is judging us, it does not matter because we're not going to see that person again. Right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So I think that will
Mm.
help us somewhere in removing that nervousness while talking to strangers.
Yes, ma'am. I want to share a story of
Hmm.
my ma'am. If I am in first year, then I am so introvert. But after second year, I
Hmm.
exposing myself in front of
Absolutely.
people.
Hmm.
So I am little bit exposed myself.
That's good.
So
That's
yeah, so it's good for me for coming from introvert to extrovert, man.
right.
But ma'am, if I talk to another guy, but they are showing they are more good and they are more informative.
Right.
So I can't able to speak at
Hmm.
that guy. So
Okay.
it's the reason. So I can't expose too much in front of my colleagues.
Right. See, don't disregard the progress that you've made. So, as you just said, that as compared to yourself being in the first year and now that you're in the second year, so with the exposure, this confidence, like you are gaining on that, right? So, when you would be moving ahead, so right now you're in the second year, right?
No, ma'am, I am a final year student now.
In the final year. Okay.
Yes.
So when you would be starting working, so definitely this kind of hesitation or this kind of confidence would hesitation would go and the confidence would build. Okay, so that's surely on the cards for you. It's just that we need to find the right environment. If we are not doing that, so we have to make efforts. Like already you are here for classes, so you're already working upon it, right?
Yes, yes. But ma'am, I am asking that how can I handle that guy?
Hmm. Uh, it's just you just have to face the situation. There's no other way but to just go through it, right? So don't feel like the other person, even if you feel like the other person is trying to overpower you, or he has more intelligence or intellect than you. It's like just ask question. So be an open book, or just try to absorb the whole situation there. If whatever that they possess intelligence in, ask question that how can we do this, or how can I gain more knowledge on this. So there's nothing wrong in learning, so we can have that learner attitude throughout, maybe,
Yes.
right?
But
So,
generally they are showing they are good a speaker, and you are not so good a speaker, so you can't speak so much in front. They show this kind of attitude.
okay, so see, I was going to just suggest some of the sentences. So you actually spoke when you said at least 10 sentences. So out of those 10 sentences, so in seven you're not making errors, but in 3 to 4 sentences, maybe we are making some of the other errors there, right? So when you improve on your sentence structuring skills, when your vocabulary is good, so we would definitely be improving the confidence in language overall, right? So let's address the root cause of it, which is constructing sentences grammatically correct. Even if you're constructing basic sentence, just make sure that they are grammatically correct. Okay, so that can be the start to it. Complex sentence formation we will do after we get comfortable with the whole idea of basic sentence formation, right? So there were 2 sentences which I noticed. One was that I can't able to speak with them. This was the one sentence which you said. Can you identify what is the error in this?
Preposition to.
No, I can't able to speak.
I can't able to speak in front of that person.
That was a whole sentence, but the error in this part only, I can't able to speak. So actually, when you look at this word can in itself means ability. Okay, that is one of the condition of this word can also represent possibility, but it also tells about ability. So if I say I can lift 10 kgs, I don't have to say able with it, because able is already there in that one, right?
Okay, I
So
can't speak
absolutely, I can't speak
in
with.
front of any other person.
Absolutely. Okay, so
Okay,
either say that I am not able to, or I can't speak with them.
okay, yes, ma'am.
Okay, so don't use
I
can and
got it.
able.
Yes,
All right,
yes.
this was one mistake. Then you said that when I no have idea. What is the mistake in this? Or when I am not having idea, something like that you said. So when I no have idea, what can you identify? What is the mistake? Try to correct it.
When I have not any idea, any.
When I have not any idea, it would be when I do not have any idea.
Okay, when
Okay.
I do not have any idea.
Absolutely. Now, what is the concept here?
So difference between these two sentences. What is the difference between these two
Okay.
sentences?
So, when I'm saying when I do not have any idea, so, or when I have an idea, so when I'm saying when I have an idea, so I don't need to say this do. Okay. So, the concept over
Okay,
here is the use of tense actually. So, this is
okay.
simple present.
Questioning. Yeah, I got it, ma'am. When I question, then I use to.
Correct. Question and in negative sentence. In affirmative sentence, do or does is not used in simple present. I'm sure you have gone through the tenses, right?
Okay,
So there are three types of sentences: affirmative, negative, and interrogative. Okay. So when we talk about simple present tense, in affirmative sentence, we don't use do or does. Like I have an idea, I can simply say, I like this book. So the use of simple present tense is that it is used to talk about habits, schedule, or universal facts. All these uses are there. All the actions which usually do not change, right? So when you're talking about this, so you use the verb in the first form, right? So in that, the main verb was have. I have an idea when you're saying, right? So in negative,
yes.
do or does is always not always, like some usually it is used. So I do not have an idea. I do
I
not
do
like
not.
this book. She
Yes,
does
I
not
do
like
not.
this book, right? So that's why do will come. And even when you're creating a question, you would say, do you like this book? Do you have an idea? Does she have an idea? We say it like that.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So do or does is the helping verb in simple present, which is often used in negative and in interrogative sentences. It is used in affirmative sentence too, but when we want to only emphasize, like, I do like this book. So when you're saying it like that, I do like this book. So you're stating this with more emphasis. If I make an assumption about you and say that you don't like this book at all, you would say, no, I do. I do like this book. So when you say it like that, so you're saying this with more emphasis, with more stress.
Okay.
Okay, so that was the concept here.
So when we pointing something,
Absolutely.
when I use.
When we want to stress on something, when we want to say this something with more emphasis. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Right. So there are two concepts that we just learned today. We can do some grammar exercises related to it. After the class, you can find some exercises related to simple present tense, negative and in interrogative sentences. Do some fill in the blanks. Even if you're doing 10 fill in the blanks, that will greatly enhance your this grammar sentence structuring skills and this grammar topic, right? And the second topic which I need you to do exercises with is modal verbs. Okay.
Okay.
Modal,
Yes, ma'am.
what are modal verbs? Do you know? Okay. Modal verbs are part of helping verbs. So words like can, could,
ing मतलब that verb content.
ing is just gerund of verb,
Okay, gerund. Yes.
right? So can, could, shall, should, may, might, must, have to. These are all modal verbs. Okay.
Yes.
So all these verbs, they come with their own condition. Like I'm just going to talk about can here because this was a mistake that we were making. So first of all, any modal verb is classified as a helping verb. Okay, so they are used as a helping verb in a sentence. All right, like with these words, we will always attach some main verb. So when you're saying that I can speak or I cannot speak, in that the main verb is speak,
Yes, ma'am. Speak
and
is
can
main
or
verb.
cannot, yes, that is the
Is
help.
helping verb.
Absolutely. Okay, so this is the main concept that these are used with as helping verbs in a sentence. Each of these modal verbs, they have their own conditions. Okay, if I talk about can, so the first condition of can is to talk about ability. I can lift 10 kgs.
I can do some.
Right, I can do something, right? So this is ability. The second condition of can is possibility. It can rain tomorrow. Okay, he can come tomorrow. So I'm talking about a possibility here, that there is a slight possibility or slight chance, right? Then can is also used to ask yes or no question. Can you do this for me? We say it like that, right? Um,
Yes, ma'am.
can you help me with this? We say it like that, right? So this is asking a question or a favor. All right. So these are the three conditions
Can
of
you give me a water bottle?
correct. Can you give me some water? Yes, absolutely. Okay. So talk about like three conditions we discussed related to can. Similarly, when we look at the other words, may, might, must, could, will, would, all of these words, they come with their own conditions.
Yes.
All right.
May I
So
go to
yes, may I go?
washroom?
Yes. So this is asking for permission, formal permission. May I go to? May can
Yes.
also be used
Formal
to talk
permission.
about possibility. It may rain tomorrow and it can rain tomorrow. Both the sentences are the same,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So you can do some exercises related to these modal verbs so that we are less likely to make mistakes in this. All
Okay.
right.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, I wanted to discuss about today's session notes too, but
Yes.
I think we had more work to do in terms of grammar, as well as I would want to talk a little about pronunciation. Okay,
Yes.
so I hope it's okay that I'm not taking the session notes right now.
Sorry, ma'am.
I hope it's okay that I'm not taking the session notes. I'm devoting this class purely to grammar and pronunciation.
Okay.
Okay, right. So about pronunciation, I have few things to mention here. Just give me 1 minute. Yeah. So when we talk about pronunciation, there are few things to consider. The first thing about pronunciation is that we have to pronounce the individual word correctly. Okay.
Yes.
So us as Indians, we sometimes learn the wrong pronunciation. Like when you mentioned this word for me, just give me 1 minute. Can you please pronounce this word for me one more time?
Technology.
Okay. Now try to say it like the way I'm writing it down here. So the last word is ludgy.
Logy. Okay.
Hmm.
Techno. Technology.
Technology.
Something. This type. Technology.
Absolutely. Please repeat after me.
But
Technology.
yeah. Yeah. Okay. Technology.
Absolutely. Now this is the right pronunciation.
Technology.
Okay. So technology, not no, no, technology.
Technology.
Right. Okay. So there are many words which us as
Technology.
Indians mispronounce. Like when you look at this word, can you please tell me how do you pronounce it?
Demonstrate.
No. Is it Monday or is it Monday?
Monday.
Right. So similarly, this is not demonstrate, this is demonstrate.
Demonstrate. Okay. Yes.
Okay. MON will be pronounced as mon.
Monday.
Mon. Right.
Mon. Yes. Demonstrate.
Absolutely. So this is how we have
Okay.
this mother tongue
Yes.
influence, right?
Yes.
So Indians, like us as Indians, we sometimes learn the wrong pronunciation of a particular word and we think that this is the right
This
pronunciation.
is the right. Yes.
Right. We have to
Yeah. After listening this type of pronunciation, I think I am saying right, not you are saying, but I am accepting. Yes.
right,
No.
right. So
Thank you.
technology, like you will find a lot of people saying technology. In fact, like if I talk about the percentage of people, so 70% people will say technology, but it's not that. It's technology. There are many words actually which end with logy. Like if I say, like when you go to a hospital, so you have all of these departments. Can you please pronounce these words for me?
Cardiology.
No. The last sound is logy. So cardiology,
Cardiology.
cardiology,
Cardiology.
right? Nephrology,
Nephrology.
geology,
Geology.
right? This is the right pronunciation. Okay,
Not geology.
right. Each time at the end, you are making this sound, ology,
E- Ology. Yes.
right?
Okay. Thank you.
So, whenever you come across any word which ends with logy, remember that you're pronouncing it like ology, not ology. Okay, so this is the first thing about pronunciation. Now, how can we get better at that? By listening more, okay, and observing more. I hope you watch some English content. Do you watch English movies and do you listen to English songs?
Ma'am, generally I used to listen podcast.
Podcast. Okay, so try to listen to Americans or Britishers speaking, please. Okay, so
Generally, I used to listen Beer White and
okay, but he
uh,
speaks Hindi, so he does have some native
no,
influence. I'm not
ma'am.
saying that his English is not good. He does speak good English. Um,
Okay,
this is the same one, right? Alabadia, his name. That is his end.
Ranveer Alawade.
Ranveer Alabadia, right?
Yes,
So he does speak good English, but try to listen to native speakers, please. Okay, there is a reason why I'm asking you to do that, because sometimes, just how we Indians have a problem with the pronunciation. So I'm not saying that his English is not good or his pronunciation is bad, but he does have a native touch to it, right? So if you listen to native speakers like English podcast speakers, or someone who is British or Australian, please listen to that. Okay.
ma'am.
Hmm.
Gaur Gopal Das is a good.
I've not heard of him. I'm sorry.
Okay, he's a monk.
Sorry.
Monk.
He's a monk.
Monk.
It's actually
Yes,
monk,
monk.
not monk.
Monk. Yes,
Yeah, just
yes.
give me 1 minute. Right. So this is how we need to
Yes,
work upon individual word pronunciation. The second thing which I would like to emphasize upon pronunciation is, when you ever listen to any particular word or any particular sentence, so the mistake
yes.
that we make is that we pronounce each and every word in that sentence. I'm going to write a sentence for you. Please tell me, how do we pronounce it?
I can do this.
Now say it like this, please.
I can do this.
Which one sounds more native to you? I can do this or I can do this?
I can do this.
Right. Okay. So what is happening here? That the individual sound of can is this can, can, right? But in a sentence, we are reducing this sound because this word is a helping verb. We just discussed that, right?
Yes.
So there are some less important words in a sentence on which we don't put stress at all. We rather reduce the sounds of those words. Okay.
Okay.
So off in a sentence becomes of. If I want to say opinion of the
Uh,
people, I would say opinion of the people like this. Can you please say it like that? Opinion of the people.
Opinion of the people.
Don't say off. First sound is not coming at all. We are reducing that sound. Opinion of the people.
Opinion of the people.
Good. Good. So
Okay.
we just learned something related to stress today. Okay. So in a sentence, we don't put stress on each and every word. We only emphasize on the important words. Important words are what? Nouns,
Noun.
verbs,
Verb.
adjectives, adverbs. Okay. Less important words are what? Helping verbs,
Helping her.
then prepositions.
Preposition. Yes.
Okay, this of is a preposition. Articles, a and the. Okay, so we don't put stress on these words, rather, we eat up these sounds while speaking a sentence. Okay,
Okay.
so
Okay, ma'am.
I could not discuss much about pronunciation, but yes, I did try to touch on this subject, and we just understood that where exactly we might be lacking. So, listening to more native speakers, that is the key. Observe the way they are speaking sentences and a particular word, and understand that is there any difference with the way I am pronouncing it, or is there any difference with the way they are pronouncing it. We have to learn their style. Okay.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
So I'll end the class here. I hope this session was helpful in understanding something related to grammar concepts that we were making mistakes in. So the grammar concepts which I mentioned, please do some fill in the blanks exercise related to it. We would be understanding the concepts well. Okay. And for this, observe, listen, and then try to speak.
Okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, can you suggest me some native speaker so that I
Mm,
can listen?
okay. You can listen to Jay Shetty's content. So he is also a monk, but he has a British accent because he lives in the UK. Okay, so Jay Shetty. Um, Apart from this, I don't really listen to podcasts, so I'm sorry.
J. Shetty.
Right, J A Y, Jay Shetty. Although I don't believe
Okay.
in all of his ideologies, but he is a good speaker. Okay, you can listen, and even TED Talk on YouTube. You can watch that channel, TED Talk.
TED Talk.
Right, so listen to like any foreigner that is speaking on that channel. You can listen to that. Okay, so listen and then try to repeat. Do this exercise for at least 1 minute or 2 minutes. All right.
Okay.
So I'll end the class here. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.